Hello everybody, this is just a quick video update for a few things that are happening in September which some of you might be quite excited about. Well, hopefully a lot of you will be excited about actually. This September I'm heading back over to the US to attend the HINSA conference at the end of my little trip. It's going to be a fairly short 10-day trip. Now obviously HINSA, Historical Naval Ships Association, they're the people who share knowledge and expertise in how to preserve all the wonderful museum ships you visit, but there are three other things that I will be doing before I visit HINSA, and you could be part of them. First off, you may have heard of the US Naval Institute and the US Naval Institute Press. If you haven't, have you been watching this channel long? In any case, this is US Naval Institute headquarters over in Annapolis. You can see they've got like a sign above the door and everything. Now, what's going on here? Well, on the 11th of September, I will be in this building, specifically just a little bit off to the left from where the picture is currently panning now. And that's because there is going to be a panel discussion. And I am the moderator for that discussion. So who is involved? What's it about? And how can you take part, I hear you ask? Well, those questions are about to be answered. So grab your favoured note-taking device or implement. The topic that is going to be discussed is the Battle of Leyte Gulf, or as you might call it, Leyte at Leyte. Sorry, that was terrible. In any case, it's on Wednesday, the 11th of September. At the US Naval Institute headquarters in Annapolis. They've got a nice conference hall there, so if you want to hear us discussing Halsey and his propensity to go charging off at the drop of a hat, the stand of the mighty Taffy 3, USS Johnston and Company, what exactly Kurita was trying to do, the Battle of Surigao Strait, and what may or may not have happened had Kurita pressed on, amongst various other factors, then of course this is the place to be. But one important note, the US Naval Institute is located on the grounds of the US Navy Academy in Annapolis, which means that if you want to attend, you need to register using, well, the button on the website, obviously screenshotted here, and you need to register at least a week or two in advance, ideally earlier, so that your name can go on the cleared list so the gate guards will, actually let you on the grounds. Because you really don't want to turn up without prior permission. So in order to register, just go to usni.org, click on events, then upcoming events, and it should be front and center there, the Leyte Gulf at 80 discussion, and you can register via the page. So who's the panel actually made up of? Well, you have Thomas J. Cutler, who is currently a professor of strategy and policy at the US Naval War College, with quite an extensive bibliography, some of which you can see on here at the moment. You've then got Trent Hone, who you may recognise from a number of videos that have been done on this channel, and he specialises in looking at command, organisational leadership and tactics within particularly the US Navy, but also other navies, and he too obviously has an extensive bibliography. And then we also have Paul Stilwell, who once more has written quite a number of different books, but if you're a regular viewer of the channel, one of the books you'll probably know him best for is, of course, he is the author of Battleship Commander, The Life of Vice Admiral Willis A. Lee, everyone's favourite sharpshooting admiral. And then look, over there on the left, there's me. I'm the moderator. Yay! Now, in terms of timing, the actual panel discussion and Q&A session is going to last for just over an hour, starting at 11 a.m. in the morning. So obviously, if you want to get a good seat, park up, etc., you will need to get there slightly earlier than that. Hopefully, you will know where Annapolis is. It's on the East Coast, just to the northeast of Washington, D.C. As it says there on the registration page, not only do you register in advance, you take a valid government-issued ID, so they'll let you on the base. And afterwards, if you want to have a chat with any of the panel members or myself, we'll all be hanging around afterwards. And there will be book signings, because obviously these three have, as I said, quite a number of books to their name. So if you have a copy of a book that you would like signed by them, you can obviously bring it with you. And the US Naval Institute press guys might have some more copies that you may be able to acquire while you're there. I don't know, you'd have to ask them. Although you will, of course, have to get in line because I'm getting my copies of Battleship Commander and Mastering the Art of Command signed. And since I'll be up there on the stage, I'll have a head start. So that kicks things off with quite a bang. I'm really looking forward to it. And of course, looking forward to hopefully a bunch of you guys showing up to say hello and listen to the discussion of these three wonderful gentlemen. And if you happen to be currently studying at Annapolis anyway, or about to join, well, you can just walk across the lawn and come and say hello. I'll then be spending the 12th on the road because on the 13th I will be at USS Cod, or more specifically the USS Cod Submarine Memorial. That's over in Cleveland, Ohio. So if you happen to be in the Cleveland, Ohio area or somewhere nearby and you want to come and say hello, I'll be at USS Cod pretty much opening till closing. And who knows, we might organise something for the evening as well. That will be confirmed a little bit later on. But, come down to USS Cod anyway. She's an absolutely fantastic submarine. If you can't make it on the 13th specifically, and just for reference, the 11th is a Wednesday, the 13th is a Friday, then still go down to Cod at some point close to that time. Just let them know that Drach sent you. Obviously check their website for opening times and availability, etc. I will obviously be filming aboard the sub and then meeting up with everybody there. And the crew of USS Cod are absolutely excellent people as well, so make sure to say hi to them. I'll then be travelling again on the 14th because then on Sunday the 15th of September I will be at USS Slater, a destroyer escort that is in Albany, New York State, so the northwestern end of New York State, probably almost as far as you can get from New York City itself. And I have visited Slater before, it was part of last year's Hintsa conference, and I'm going back there to film more extensively for obvious reasons. But one of the things that I noted about Slater when I was there last time is that by some miracle, they've got every single gun on that ship working. Everything from the little 3-inch up forward to the 40 mils and the 20 mils. And there's quite a few of them, as well as the ship as a whole being in really good condition. So if you happen to be somewhere in the region of Albany on the Sunday, then come down and say hi. And specifically, there's a bit of a call out for that because very, very kindly, the staff have agreed that while I'm taking my by now fairly standard drone footage of the ship, since all the guns work, if there are enough people around, we might as well man them all. So not only will we get a nice drone set of shots of the ship, but in some of them, we'll be able to see just what it looks like if you happen to be an aerial vehicle and a destroyer escort decides it doesn't want you to be there anymore and it's going to point its entire armament at you and then track you. So that should be very exciting. Just really hope, obviously, that the weather holds up. The drone can handle a decent amount of wind, but obviously if it's absolutely pelting it down with rain or there's really strong winds like 40 mile an hour plus, then unfortunately the drone flight won't be able to happen, but all the other filming will be there happening, and obviously again I'll be there opening till closing, so come over and say hi as well. And then on Monday the 16th I'll be heading by stages over to San Diego because that is where the Hintsa conference is being held, hosted by USS Midway. Now obviously I'll be in the conference pretty much all of that week, but since we'll be staying near USS Midway and the historic waterfront there, if you happen to be in San Diego and you want to say hi, then of course you can drop me a message via email or Discord and we can work out some mutually agreeable time and place to pop up and say hello. So that's my September adventure outlined for you. I hope to see a bunch of you at those three main things, the USNI panel in Annapolis, USS Cod up in Cleveland, and USS Slater over in Albany. If you need any specific details, then obviously again drop me an email or drop me a message on Discord. And well, thanks for listening to this about 10 minutes about where Drach is going to be in around about a month's time. See you then.